Good morning, class, and welcome to another episode of the Get Good Academy. It's been a heck of a long while since I've done one of these, so if you haven't, go back and check out some of the older videos. I think they still stand up very well, even though some of them use tag teams as an example. They'll help you at the game. But anyway, we're going to be looking at a puzzle. Now, this is an idea that I had a while ago, making these kind of board states and then talking about what the correct plays are. And I'd love to say I finally made one. That's a big fat lie. Friend Caston made this one, so I have to give Caston some credit. He made a very tough board state that we're going to be able to get checkmate out of. So before we go over the correct answer and why it's correct, highly recommend pause the video now. Don't close out of the tab. I need those views. I got a family to feed. But pause the video now. In the description box below, there is a link to a Google Doc. It's what I'm currently looking at, where you can find the board state and both of the lists. Now, you can try and challenge yourself and say, I'm not going to look at the Palkia list, but I will say the Palkia list is, I'm not even sure if suboptimal is the right word. It has some sketchy uninclusions on purpose. So the Palkia list does lack a few things. I think the correct answer is the same, whether the Palkia list plays certain things. Like I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't play a tool scrapper or a tool jammer, and it doesn't play a pal pad. If it plays either of those, I think you do the same play regardless, but you can lose the game. With their list, you cannot possibly lose this game. So let's go ahead and talk about how to get checkmates. Like I said, if you don't want spoilers, tune out right now, come back after you have attempted to solve it and check if you got the correct answer or not. I think this is a great thing. Anyone who's into chess, you've seen these before. So here's our board state. I'm going to go into the slightly larger picture as well. I know it's not like the biggest thing in the world, but you can pull it up as well if you want. Here's our board state. Our opponent has 2 prize cards remaining. We have 4 prize cards remaining. We should lose this game. Now, we're not going to lose this game. We're in fact going to win this game. And we're not going to path and pray to win this, Roxanne and pray to win this game. Even though that's very often when you look at this board state and you're like, well, I guess I Roxanne hit and hope for the best. That's not the best thing here. So let's go ahead and look at where we're at. We have an Arceus in the active with 4 energies on it. 2 Drizziles, a Sobble. We have on our opponent's side of the field a 200 damage Arceus. We hit it. Our opponent got out of the active. They probably cross-switchered last turn. There's cross-switchers in their discard pile. That makes logical sense. Sobble, Drizz, and a Greninja with 2 energies on it as well. Opponent's got 2 prize cards left. Ooh, it's kind of sketchy. We don't have a Manaphy in here, do we? No, we do not. We don't even play Manaphy in this deck. So that Greninja could potentially snipe us. So that's one thing we have to look at immediately. Okay. Our loss conditions are opponent Oko's an Arceus V-Star. Our opponent Greninja's 2 Inteleon pieces. Those are both ways that we lose this game. So we're going to have to mitigate those 2 risks. So let's do a little bit of math right now. 5 plus 3 is 8. Palkia is going to do 60 plus 160, 240, 270. And we should assume that they have a quick shooting left as well. Take a look at the Palkia list. Inteleon. Aha, they do play quick shooting. So we can lose this game based off this current board state. Another important thing is we look at their discard pile down here. There is 2 cross switchers left, and they still have their echoing horn left as well. It's right there. They play an echoing horn. We know that. Okay, that's a big deal. Why? Our discard pile has Arceus in it. All they got to do is echoing horn, KO one of those Arceuses. So we have a lot of loss conditions right now. They can simply KO the active with an echoing horn, a quick shooting. Ooh, that's not good. We don't want that. So let's talk about what we're supposed to do here. Here's our hand. We've already top decked. Now, the most important thing, and I told this to Caston, why did you make me promote the Arceus? We would never promote the Arceus. This is the hand. I don't care which of these 5 cards you top decked. You would always promote a Drizzile here. There's no reason to put this Arceus in the active. When your opponent has 2 prize cards left, you're usually going to attack with an Aqua Bowl and Inteleon. When I solved this puzzle, that was my very first thought. They've got 2 prizes left. I'm attacking with Aqua Bullet. And then I tried to figure out the rest from there. So that is what we're going to do. So unfortunately, we are going to have to hard retreat this thing, but we're not going to do that first. We're going to do something else first. First thing we're going to do, pop one of these Evo Incense. We see we have Shady Dealings Inteleon in the deck. Tremendous. We're going to go ahead and Shady Dealings one of these Inteleons. With that, we're going to go ahead and grab a rare candy and an ordinary rod. Why? We're going to set this thing up so we guaranteed have game next turn. To do that, we're going to have to quick shooting ping this plus aqua bullet it. So we're going to ping it twice to bring it up to 240, plus the aqua bullet will bring it up to 260. Then it's just a quick shooting or aqua bullet KO away. They cannot KO both aqua bullet and quick shooting in a single turn. So we're gonna have to quick shooting this thing twice. So we're going to go ahead and grab the candy and the rod using this evolution incense. So now we have a Shady Dealings Inteleon here. We're gonna ordinary rod 2 Arceus Vs. Why did we do that? So we don't lose to Echoing Horn anymore. Here's our discard pile. The only Echoing Horn target is a Sobble. That's okay. They can Echoing Horn the Sobble because we're going to clean up our board so they cannot take 2 prizes off of 2 squishies. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to power this thing up. We can go ahead and Raihan to that Inteleon, and what we're actually going to grab out of the deck would be a boss's orders. Now, this is another situation where you're like, all right, Mello, that seems incorrect. Remember, we aren't getting Roxanne. We're not going into the Roxanne turn. Our opponent's already down their Marnie. So we're playing around the Roxanne here. We are guaranteed game with the boss's orders as well. So we have the Shady Dealings Inteleon. We've rotted these 2 back. We can go ahead and Raihan, grab a boss. Hard to treat the Arceus into the Aqua Bullet Inteleon. Training Court, attach another energy to it. Evolution Incense, because we have our second one, we already used one. Second Evolution Incense, grab our quick shooting Inteleon. Where is it? It's right here. Quick shooting the Palkia on the bench. Now it's up to 220. Scoop up net, boop, boop, boop. Candy, quick shooting. Now it's up to 240 on the bench. We have our Aqua Bullet in the active. We have a 2 energy Arceus here. We're going to go ahead and put the choice belt on the Aqua Bullet as well. Again, why? If they KO our quick shooting, we have to attack with Aqua Bullet again. 150 plus 150 KOs a Palkia. 120 plus 120 does not. So if they KO the quick shooting Inteleon off the bench, we no longer win the game. We have to put the choice belt on the Inteleon to guarantee game. Because this thing has 240, we're going to hit it with Aqua Bullet to 260. And then next turn, we can either finish it with Aqua Bullet or finish it with quick shooting and finish this off with our Arceus. So that is the plan. By the end of this turn, we have Shady Dealings Inteleon in the active with a choice belt and 2 energies. Arceus on the bench with 2 energies, a quick shooting, and that's it. The only thing they can do is Horn a Sobble. No big deal. They cannot bump the stadium. This goes back to arguably suboptimal list, maybe not. They play 2 stadiums, 1 path, 1 court. They cannot bump the court. The court's here forever. Tremendous. We are guaranteed another energy to attack with our Arceus on the next turn. This is how we set up checkmate. We can't be Roxanne, can't be Marnied. They've already used their Marnie. They can't take 2 prizes with the Greninja, not even with the Echoing Horn, so we're good to go. Hopefully that explanation made sense. I know it can be hard to visualize without being able to actually kind of see what's happening there, but that's a setup. Hopefully you enjoyed this little puzzle. Hopefully you took a chance to pause a little bit as well and try and solve it on your own, because I think it's a really big deal being able to kind of look at the situation and see, all right, I got it, I didn't. And if you did get it before the explanation, let me know in the comment section below. Or maybe you missed something. Maybe you forgot the choice belt. Maybe you forgot the ordinary rod. Maybe you didn't grab the boss. That was something that kind of took me a while. I think everything for me, except grabbing the boss's orders, was intuitively obvious. And I'll fully admit that was one where it's like, oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, because it's like, what do I even Raihan for? There's nothing I need. No, the boss's orders, because I can't disrupt my hand, because I can't be Roxanne, is the correct play here. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully we'll be able to come up with more of these in the future. Again, shout out to Caston for this one. I'd love to take credit for it. I can take 0 credit for it. I didn't do it at all. I'm just here to share it to the public because we've got the platform for it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all the other YouTube stuff, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace out.